welcome to the podcast. I haven't gone outside in over 15 years. No commute, no bus, still somehow fully equipped with problems. Parent offline, friend out of stock. So this show is just daily life from long-term Hikikomori mode. I think I met someone today, but I'm still worried about the future. Why was I thinking so much about things before? I was thinking about medical places, like what kind of people go there. What's chronic means? What chronic stage means? And the condition they have. And some hospitals don't have any condition at all. But even if that's true, I don't know what that's really meant for me. I also start feeling anger towards my parent, and I already ran a simulation in my head. I told the doctor that they can understand everything just from my body condition. I said I can never call an ambulance, or I will call every time my stomach hurts. It's one or the other. I imagine myself saying that. And when I'm sleeping, maybe because I'm half conscious, when I wake up and my body is itchy, I put my hand in my underwear and scratch. It's dirty, but I do it. And today I didn't want to touch my bed after that. So I left it like that. And because it was my usual routine, I simulate that too. When I change my routine, my head does a huge simulation. When I wake up, I don't have much control. Even if I tell myself don't scratch, I still scratch about my family and communication. My parents were pretty bad. Just talking to my mom made my dad make noise like go upstairs now. He scratched the wall or rushed to the bathroom, even though I was on the first floor. That's something I can forgive, no matter what. I don't bother people. Even when I just woke up. In the past and now, my mood right after waking up is bad. I thought it would change when I became an adult, but it didn't. Now I don't talk to anyone right after waking up, so I don't know. I don't have anyone talk anyway. My conversation partners are long-haired, though. My conversation partner are long-haired doll. My grandma gave me AI and a boy ghost in the corner of my room. I wish I could say that, but I can see ghosts. I'm not the type who lives in fantasy and thinks dolls or robots are my friend. I'm not like people who say their friends are dogs or cat. I can't do that. If I had to choose, I'd rather talk to old people in the neighborhood. I can't run away to something else just because I'm lonely. When I was little, I didn't think trains were my friend or games were my friend. I just have to endure the loneliness. I'm too lonely and too different from people. If I escape from reality every time, it becomes a big problem. Most people can escape reality a bit and still go to school, but I'm too different. If I escape reality, I can go back, I can return. I wish I could enter a noble world or a maze, but that's never happened. Religion didn't help me either. Some people find someone to talk to in religion. Old people, young people. But I think I was forced to make worlds with religion people. It was too much. I built too many worlds. I've been overthinking since this morning. I thought I studied really hard for exam, but maybe I was just talking and having fun with my friend for half a year. Middle school was too hard for me, so maybe that's why it happened. My teacher also came to see me sometimes, so high school entrance exams trauma for me. When the result came out, I wasn't happy at all. This morning, my mom asked me, how was the exam day itself? And I thought I worked so hard. I did everything I could. But now it's just something I talk about like an old memory. In high school, my future plan and studying didn't go well. Maybe I had my motivation than students from top schools like Kaisei or Tsukuba or LaSalle. During my Hikikomori period, I became very strict with myself. I never kept a diary, but I think I have times when I suddenly get strict. Maybe it's a season changing, spring or fall. I don't know. Sometimes time passed really fast. And in those moments, I feel like I have to personalities, not like acting or anything. But time just disappears. Maybe I don't have much room in my head at those times. Someone once told me that enduring hard situation is the normal, strong part of humans. When I'm in a stable state, pushing myself a little is just right, not relying on religion. I think that's true for me. But later, I regret it. I think maybe I was being lazy during that time. But then I realized, no, I've been struggling way more recently. Next topic. I used to write plot or script, but for some reason, now I just talk freely. It's easier to talk that way. I thought if I failed before. And when I study English, I think about how even Japanese people don't talk like textbooks. Everyone break grammar rules, and that's where personally comes out. Japanese people don't care about grammar. It always breaks. But when foreigners break grammar, it's different. They can still communicate because they know how to use the language. These past few weeks, I realized how much I break grammar myself. I knew it, but I didn't think about it seriously. I have some language ability, so I can talk in my own style. Even if my grammar is weird or I'm different from others, I really wanna communicate clearly, so I care about that. But recently, I noticed I was changing grammar too much in my own way. I wasn't ignoring communication, but I started worrying if people really understood me. I thought my way of talking was more logical and easier to understand. Maybe I went beyond normal Japanese rules. Maybe I was just breaking rules. About yesterday, NBA players, I checked why NBA All-Star players were so relaxed. People online said the same thing, but it seems they weren't actually slacking. I was surprised. They don't wanna get injured. That makes sense. Getting hurt in a show game is stupid. Japanese people don't get that. They think give it everything. Put your soul into one pitch. But if you do that, you can throw the next pitch. Marathon runners know they can't run full power for 42 kilometers. It's impossible. But people still do unnecessary full power stuff in high school baseball. You don't need to run outside the game, maybe to keep the game moving, but not that much. If a team become too rational, maybe I'll get annoyed, but still, there's no point in getting injured for nothing. There was a ski jumper who didn't practice at all before big competition. Kasai. I think that's right. Practice use energy. It depends on the person. Though baseball player hit a lot before games, I think just right swings are enough. Baseball doesn't use much stamina, but heavy, but still take energy. Next topic about idols, or maybe not idols. I saw Nogizaka girls making takoyaki with her mom. She feels the full story. I thought she ate a lot, but they were all sausages, not octopus. Takoyaki can have cheese or chocolate, but all sausage. I talked about it with my parent. I wondered if it tastes good. Octopus is expensive though. Next, if I had a sister, a wife, or a girlfriend, I imagine being close with my sister and making my wife jealous. I wonder if that's creepy, but I imagine it anyway. I'm not happy when I imagine it, but I think if that happened, I'd be very happy. I don't think many people imagine that. Some adults still have the kinda closeness with siblings. Some takes baths together. Nogizaka members also play around like that. They take photos and the wife gets jealous. Some people have that kind of kink. I heard about the guy who gives his wife something to drink and let another man come. But that's a different thing. I imagine many things. In high school, a friend danced on the stairs. Not imagination. That's rarely happened. I imagine what would happen if I went to a dance school. I wanted to dance. My relative is a pro dancer and teaches at a studio. I imagine being taught there and saying loudly, I can do that. I can do this. My friends talked about anime, maybe Naruto or something from Jump. I couldn't join the conversation. There were too many anime and drama I didn't know. The only one I liked was Dragon Ball. I watched Conan too. Before baseball practice in third grade, in fourth grade, I didn't have time anymore. I watched Conan in high school too. Since kindergarten, everyone else watched Pokemon kids in the neighborhood too. I saw my kindergarten notebook, the one between parents and teachers. It said I didn't fit with other kids. I said, I'm fine alone. Pokemon starts around that time. Well, that gives away my age. Maybe not that year. In kindergarten, it wasn't Dragon Ball. In elementary school, Pokemon had already started. Everyone talked about Pokemon. Our One Piece came later. In middle and high school, it was Naruto and stuff. I couldn't join those conversations with boys or girls. Even with my best friend, anime talk didn't match. At bookstores, my friend read manga and I just followed. The anime I watched as a kid wasn't Spy Family or Dragon Slayer or One Piece, not Astro Boy or Tetsuin 28 or Yamato Age, not that old. More like Naruto generation. I liked standard when I was in elementary school, in kindergarten too. But I hate people who try to stand out with no sense. It's cute if you are a kid, but I don't like it. When I talk on my podcast, ideas pop up one after another. Like if I say this, it'd be funny. When I watch Nogizaka Lives, I imagine myself saying something to the captain. Sorry, I have something to say. I've been here for 5 years. The member helped me. At first, I had no fun, but later, I tried my best. I saw many things in these 5 years. Now, I finally made a new decision. This timing is important for me. There are things only idols can see. I'm thankful. I have an important announcement. Our group won the record awards twice. I have no regret. But I wanna win it one more time. Please support me. Everyone would think I'm graduating and go. Then I'd say, thank you for everything, yes. I imagine stuff like that a lot. There was actually an idol who did something like that. I was moved. I thought, finally one did it. I always hold myself back on the podcast. If I had done a podcast at 20, it would be crazy. Even in religious places, the mood wasn't like that. In club activities, I did brief boot camp for the introduction, but it wasn't enough. So I imagined a hungry warrior coming out. I imagined many times it would be fun if I did this, or if I wore this. In school play too, I tried to stand out. I couldn't do it like the practice. I got too excited. When I talk to my parents, I tell them I'm controlling myself a lot. One time I saw a host of my idol show and said she's cute. My parents said she's not an idol. Stuff like that happened. There was a celebrity who ran backward. When the starting gun went off at the sports day, I don't think like that. It's not the same as trying to stand out. I have my one thing. If people think I'm trying to stand out, it's over. Recently, I've been thinking. I feel closer to Americans sometimes. But Americans have many types too. Maybe Japanese people fit me more. In the end, I feel like a lion. But when I think about my short name, I feel closer to Americans. My personality is a problem, but people over there feel more similar. My ALT teacher was wild. Everyone laughed. That felt closer to me. The furthest type is the super serious type. I can't connect with them. My grandpa was like that. Back to the topic. When I was a kid, my mom's generation watched Astro Boy, Tetsujin 28, Yamato, Ashita no Joe. But when I look at the anime from my own childhood, I don't know them well. This morning, I talked with my parent. Like I said yesterday, I as French chef trained for 20 years at Mikuni Place, a place that could get 2 or 3 Michelin stars, and now he had to follow the state of the ramen shop in Mashike. I felt bad for him. It's not food. It's not French food. It's a countryside ramen taste. He had to follow it exactly. I felt sorry for him. I wondered what German thinks of Japanese sausage. I checked and some say Japanese ones taste better than the real ones, and some say Japanese chocolate from big companies taste better than French patissier chocolates. I remember hearing that on NHK around noon. When I became Hikikomori, I used to listen to radio at night. Then I couldn't. Now I can again. About OCD. I don't know if it's got worse than better, or if it's not that simple. There was a Nogizaka girl who said that she loved someone so much it made her sick. I don't know her real feelings, but maybe life is like plus and minus. The competition is crazy. It's like a miracle. People say you shouldn't make your hobby your job, but that's nonsense. Of course, it's better to work on something you love, but sometimes people succeed at things they hate. I hear that a lot. I talked about OCD before. At body casting, there was someone who couldn't poop unless they were completely naked. I can't understand that feelings at all. So I realize I can't understand every OCD person. If it would be nice if we could understand each other. Some people can eat rice balls made by others, but cooking is the same. Rice balls are even safer because people wash their hands. Raw meat not cooked enough is way worse. Especially pork. We're cutting sashimi after touching a phone. I saw that on YouTube. Or touching grasses and hair, then cutting vegetables, and that's way worse. It's all the same. Yesterday I had a dream about my dad. I have anger, but I also missed him. I imagine meeting him. I imagine reading an ego book together. I imagine studying ego now. Next, the food corner. The night before yesterday, I had tonkatsu with egg like the top of the oyakodon. Last night I had salmon, pickled cabbage, pork from sukiyaki and tamagoyaki, maybe leftovers. My parents seems worried about expiration date, so we have curry and stew a lot. The stew smells really sweet. Last year around this time, I ate stew and felt frustrated. Now I eat more like hospital food. I'm strict with myself. That's it. Thanks for it. Next, I wanna talk about the first thing today. It's sudden, but it's about tofu. I talk about it again later. But I'm really picky. But I finally decide to stick with one cheap tofu. I don't know what kind of decision that's it. But sometimes I can buy it. When that happens, I buy Seiko Mart tofu or a more expensive one. And this time too, I bought a different one and then I started worrying again. Today I checked the price again. I don't know how many times today. Maybe 8 times. I couldn't get the right answer about the price again. It's the tofu I always check. And when I finally calculate it, I realized it was pretty expensive. I'm weak with changed this small difference, like the texture or the usual pattern. They make things complicated for me. Even with Seiko Mart's tofu, it depends on how much cheaper it is. I thought maybe sometimes it's okay to buy expensive tofu. But I got frustrated again because it wasn't cheaper this time, so I stopped that idea. So now I eat the same soybeans and tofu every day. Blue soybeans are coming soon, but I kept canceling and reordering. Finally, I ended to order them this time. Next topic, my parent kept the stove on for a long time. They said she said she needed to stay downstairs all day. But she was just being lazy. Just being lazy. She can't even keep promise. I made a rule this year not to say anything, but I wanted to say, how long are you going to keep the stove on? You don't have the right to relax like that. Before she went up, I went upstairs. Today I checked something again. Something strange happened again. In Hokkaido, the three famous sushi chains are Toriton, Nemuro, Hanamaru, and Nagoya Kate. When I checked Nagoya Kate before, I thought it was cheap. But today, when I checked again, it was more expensive than Toriton. I don't know what that article I saw before was. It's strange. After the funeral the other day, my relative from my mom's side gathered. My uncle said, "There's a good place nearby. I'll show you." But the place he took us to was just a normal chain restaurant. Normal prices he didn't even pay for us. He said it so proudly. "I'll take you to good place." But it was just a chain restaurant. If Nagoya is really that good, and we all gathered after a long time, we should gone there. If there was a cheap local sushi place, we should go there too. Hokkaido is famous for seafood, and Toriton is actually good. These three are good. Forgot the details, but I remember thinking something was strange. Why would we go to nationwide chain restaurant when we live in Hokkaido? If you can enjoy the advantage of living here, why not do that? In Nagoya really has high quality stuff, then it's even stranger. My dad called today. He met my parent, and I asked without thinking, did someone die again? I don't know why I said that so fast. But in this religion, funerals happen a lot, and the plans change. So it came out automatically. I was talking about tofu with my parents today. She said there was only one left of the usual tofu, but I saw I saw I saw them put it out put it out normally. So I said, not this, one is still there, right? Then she said, that's for tomorrow. When someone talks like that, there are two possible ways to understand it. If they don't say it clearly, the listener might take it the wrong way. They don't imagine that. I don't know why it makes me so angry. Maybe it's some instinct. Maybe it's about leaving the right message behind. I don't know. But I'm sure there's a reason I get angry. People don't get angry for no reason. It would be stupid to get angry at the parent for nothing. And emotionally, if I say something 100 or 200 times and it never changes, of course I get angry. But I hate people who talk about their parent. There's something else I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't sure if I should. I don't have confidence in my podcast. I'm thankful people listen, but if I had a crown on myself, I think I would listen to it, not because I'm confident, but because I be curious. I wrote some notes, so I wanna talk about them. Recently, I talk in a free, casual way, but this is a bit philosophical. I can't understand people who say, "This is my belief," with confidence, like a life philosophy. I can't understand people who say it so strongly. If someone says, "I kind of think this way because I had to choose a way to live," I understand that. But people say, "This is my belief," like it's absolute. But they know it's relative. I think people shouldn't speak confidently unless their idea is unchanging. But many people speak confidently about their relative belief. They say, "This is my way of thinking, I'm right." If it's relative, the right way to say it is, "I'm more like this type of thinker, not I'm absolutely right." People who say no matter what anyone says, this is right, are actually more trustworthy, worthy, because at least they know they are talking about something absolute. If it's not unchanging, they think this is my belief. Doesn't mean much. It just means, oh, that's your style. I don't think anything is absolute now. So I don't talk like that. But if someone says, "This is my belief," then it should have some stability. That's why I don't like when people say their belief confidently, even though they know it's relative. It's better to say, "This way of thinking fits me." If something is absolute, then you can say it with confidence, but most things aren't. Next topic. Sometimes time has passed away faster than I think this morning too. I looked at the clock and felt shocked. Not just shocked, almost scared. Then I started thinking, what was I doing? Did I waste time? I think about it a lot. But thinking back doesn't mean much. People forget almost everything. Even things from a few minutes ago. We live fully in the moment. So if someone lives lazily, that's just how humans are. You have to accept it. If someone says, why did I waste time? Well, they had a reason at that moment. Humans change with emotion. Athletes too. They regret something long 4 years ago, but thinking about it now doesn't help. Do you know HSP? I forgot the second word. But when I took the test, it matched perfectly, but people say it's similar to developmental disorders. Some say it's not a disorder. It's confusing. I hate confusing things. Do I have both? Or is it just HSP? Or is it not HSP? Because it looks like developmental disorder. Thinking about it is pointless. More than 10 years ago, when I first learned about developmental disorders, I suffered a lot, but I already understood that ADHD and Asperger's are on a spectrum. There's no clear line. Doctors wanna diagnose because they need to treat, but you can rarely say which one it is. Some people explain strictly. HSP and developmental disorders are different. OCD and Asperger's looks similar but different. But honestly, who cares? Depression being a secondary disorder made me the most angry. Why not just say depression is part of developmental disorder? People with developmental disorders often get depressed. That's normal. It makes me angry. They say depression can be cured. Developmental disorder can't, so let's cure the depression. But depression is part of the trait. Even if you cure it, it comes back. If I cure depression, I get OCD. It makes me angry. Calling it secondary disorder is wrong. Today I talked about tofu again. I asked the price of the one we bought, but she checked other one too. I already checked them. Time passed so much. She knows she's doing that, but she still do it. I don't know why it's so confusing. I feel sorry for wasting time. They don't care, but I want them to care a little. I know it's strange, but I still do it. It's a problem. I didn't understand something earlier. There's that cup ramen, Nogizaka, that commercial for cup something. It shows up Sapporo Ichiban. I thought it was a Sapporo company. Then I saw Sanyo food, so I thought maybe Sapporo Ichiban is a her brand and Sanyo food. I checked it, and then my parents said, "Oh, Sapporo Ichiban isn't a Sapporo company," but nothing read said that. I was only checking which company owns which. There was nothing about where Sapporo Ichiban is from. I don't know how they got that idea. Next topic. Sometimes I think I'm a terrible person who doesn't wish for other people's happiness. But HSP is the opposite. I feel other people's pain too strongly. The psychopath don't feel anything. I'm too sensitive. When someone is suffering, I feel it's way too much. But maybe because I'm sensitive, I become sensitive in others' way. It's complicated. Even small things bother me during meals. My parents forgot the corn medicine or put it somewhere else. It wasn't in my view, so I kept checking. It's medicine, so I wanted to make sure it was okay. It was far away, but still. And today too, my parents reacted strongly when I just asked the question. My mom thought I was denying her, but I was just asking. She said, "No, it's like this, right?" But I was only asking. I understand the feeling, but sometimes you can't tell from one sentence. You need to say things in a way that avoids misunderstanding. She doesn't get that. I remembered something while studying philosophy. People say don't think too much, just act. But I always wondered, where is the line between thinking and acting? In moving your body, the only action. I used to think in a Buddhist way. If I keep moving and never stop, maybe I don't have enough reflection. Or I thought it was important to always have a new goal, even if I fail. Pragmatism said meaning appears only when you act. Maybe I lived like that before. It's interesting, people who think life has no meaning. There are different types. Nihilism say life has no meaning. Absurdism say life has no meaning, but you still live and resist. Like saying life is meaningless, but I'll live anyway. That's exactly the attitude I always talk about. Exi- Existing existentialism say meaning is something you create. Stoicism say meaning doesn't matter. That one doesn't fit me. Buddhist emptiness says nothing has a fixed meaning. There's no solid thing. It's just a moment you are looking at. There's no fixed meaning behind it. Nietzsche understood Buddhism well. Western and Eastern philosophy connect sometimes. Even about time, Japan used to have the idea that time flows from the future to the past. I imagine something again. A Nogizaka member praising another member. Girls' schools have many things going on. If you count data, maybe things happen inside the group. Some PV creators have certain taste too. I imagined a member saying, I've used every method to research this girl. I even did illegal things. And the other girl gets scared. I imagine weird things like that. I checked popular games by age group. I was surprised. I played game in elementary school, but I didn't play any of the top 30 or 35. No wonder I didn't fit in. Everyone talked about those games, not just anime game too.